y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kim. I'm 28 years old and a stay-at-home mom to my 2 girls. My channel here revolves around cleaning motivation and motherhood. So if that's content that you like, go ahead and stop what you're doing, hit subscribe and the bell. It's completely free. It's just gonna let you know every time I upload a video. So today we're gonna be doing like a speed clean, quick clean with me, and I'm also going to be sharing my cold brew recipe. Mainly cleaning today. We're just gonna be getting like the main area of the house done, everything that you see when you first walk in. So the kitchen, you can see, is like a disaster back there, my dining room and the living room. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright y'all, we're starting out in the kitchen today. I'm going to get everything put away out of the dishwasher. In my last video, I will link it up if y'all missed that, for my kitchen declutter and organize. I had mentioned that my dishwasher wasn't drying the dishes very well, and so what I've been doing is just getting up in the morning, and before I even go make my coffee, I just open up the dishwasher, and I've been letting them kind of air dry that way. I'm not sure what's going on with it, and we are renting right now from an apartment, so I'm just going to make the best of it while I can. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the dishes put away, and then I will get the rest of the kitchen picked up, and then we will move on. Y'all stay tuned for the living room because I literally could not even walk in there. Here I was just multitasking and making Emma some soup for lunch, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. If you're wondering why I don't have a burner on that back stove, in my last video I had showed y'all that my daughter left a bread bag on there when the oven was on and it melted onto the burner. I still have no idea how I'm going to get that out, so for safety reasons I'm just keeping it off for right now. you like these quick cleaning motivation videos, give me a thumbs up so I know to make more of them for y'all. Now we're moving into the dining room. It's not too bad in here. I just needed to get Emma's school stuff picked up and a few other things put away where they belonged, and then we'll move into the disaster of a living room. This was like a big yikes moment for me. I cannot believe how bad it was in here. The girls had actually destroyed this the night before, and I was just so tired that I went to bed with it like this. And then they woke up in the morning and they just added more to it, and so I normally don't let that happen, but it was pretty bad. I'm not doing a bunch of toy organization or anything like that. This is a quick cleanup, quick tidy up. So I'm just going to get everything picked up, and then everything that doesn't belong, I will move out of the living room and put it in its rightful home. As soon as we are done in here, we're going to go back into the kitchen and I'm going to show y'all how I make my homemade cold brew. Done. It probably took me about 30 minutes maybe to get everything done. I was able to get it all done before Ella woke up, so that's good. If you hear music in the background, she just woke up and she is eating her snack and watching Elmo. Don't judge me. So now I'm going to show you how I make my homemade cold brew. All you're going to need is your regular coffee. This is just what we have on hand. And some type of cold brew steeper, I want to say. I got this one on Amazon. I did look it up. When we got it, it was $15. Now it's $20, but I'll just try to show y'all what it all comes with. So you got your glass pitcher. This actually comes off, and it's just a little rubber piece that goes down there at the bottom. Back on there. And then this is your filter. This is actually what we're gonna put the coffee in. The bottom comes off too, so it's easy to clean out in the morning, which this is gonna sit overnight for me, and we will come back in the morning and I'll show y'all how to finish making it. And then you got your lid, and this part comes out, okay? So, each one's different. Let me actually show you another one. Okay, so this was our old cold brew coffee maker. I'm not sure why I still have it, to be honest, but I like this one a lot, and it was kind of the same system, except here is your little filter, and it actually came with a lid that screwed on, and we lost the lid, so sad, but we had to get a new one. But it's kind of the same gist, so you don't have to get that one exactly. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I make it, just using this one, but it's pretty universal. So for this one, you need to squeeze and put in and twist. That's why I like the other one, because it kind of just sat on top. I'd much rather the other one. And then I'm going to put this in here, like that. And so it's gonna look like that on the inside. All right, so I went ahead and put it up here just so y'all can see it a little bit better. I'm just gonna take my regular coffee and a spoon. You'll also need water, so if your water isn't too good in your area, some filtered water. I trust our tap water, so I don't mind making it with tap water. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to fill it up about 1/4 of the way first with just coffee. Okay, so you can kind of see it's a little more than 1/4 of the way. And now this is kind of the trick, is you want to, don't turn your water completely on first, or if you're using filtered water, and you only want it to, you don't want to dump the water in there. So I'm just gonna let out a slow stream. Like as soon as the water stops trickling, that's where I'm gonna leave it. And it's gonna start dripping. You can see down here, it's already kind of sort of starting to look like coffee. And I'm just going to keep the water going until all of the grounds that I have in there are nice and wet. Really the trick is to make sure that the water isn't, sorry, I was very happy about Elmo. The trick is that you want to keep this water at like the smallest stream possible, because if not, the coffee grounds are just going to shoot out of the filter, and you don't want coffee grounds in there. All right, now what I have so far is wet. It's pretty wet. I'm gonna turn this off and see if I can show y'all. So I don't know if you can tell or not, but all the coffee grounds in there are wet. Okay, so I'm just gonna repeat that process again, filling it up a little bit more with coffee grounds. If you wanna get extra fancy, you can grind your own beans. I'm not that fancy. I don't want it completely full yet, because the trick is you want to get the grounds wet just a little bit at a time. So now I've got them to about right there. And I'm going to do the same thing, just have the water trickling in. And we're doing the same thing. We're just making sure that all the grounds are wet before we add more. Sometimes I like to turn it just to kind of help it get everything wet evenly. Okay, those second rounds of grounds are nice and wet. So now I'm just gonna finish filling up the filter with grounds. I don't want it too full because, again, I don't want coffee grounds going into the water. There is a way that you can filter it out, but that's just a whole headache. So if for some reason you do get them in there, don't lose hope. You can just filter it over and over through your filter once you dump out all the coffee grounds the next day. So let me see if I can show y'all. That's about how much full I have it. And now I'm just going to finish filling up the pot, the pitcher with water. And I'm gonna speed this up here since you kind of know what we're doing now. So at this point, if all your coffee grounds are wet, just keep going. You want to make sure that the pitcher is completely full, or at least up to where the stopper is for the lid, because you don't want it overfull. Almost done. I'm almost done. Hi, baby. Okay, so at this point, it's pretty full. I'll lift it up and show you. That's about how much I would put in there if I were you. And then let me show you what the inside looks like. Okay, so now that we're all full, I'm going to put the lid on. Just this part right here. It just goes on and twists. And then you want to stick it in your fridge, or you can leave it on the counter. It doesn't matter. I like mine cold brew. So I'm going to go ahead and stick mine in the fridge. And you want to let it sit in there a minimum of 12 hours, ideally 24 hours. Just know that the longer you let it sit, the stronger it's going to be. So it's up to you. How strong do you like your coffee? So I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in the fridge, and then we will come back in the morning and I'll take it out and I'll show you how to finish making it. So see you in the morning. All right guys, it's the next day now. It is currently 10 o'clock a.m. I did this about 4 yesterday, made it, and so it's been sitting about 18 hours, I believe, that's right. So now I'm gonna show you how to finish making it. So I haven't done anything to it. All I did was take it out of the fridge and I sat it up here. So this is where you have to be super careful because it's really easy to get the grounds in the coffee. But it's pretty much done. So all we have to do is just take the grounds out, and then we make sure to stir it really good. And I like to do that every time that I take it out of the fridge. Just make sure to give it a good stir before I pour myself a glass. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the lid off first. And then let me see if I can show y'all what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. You can see all the grounds are nice and wet still, which means that it was made correctly. And now we're gonna get this out of here. Okay, so this one is a little tricky. When I showed you the inside, you could see 2 little tabs that were in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold it by those tabs to pull it out nice and slow. And that way the filter doesn't drop. Just like that. And then you can let it drain for a minute. My husband likes to go through and squeeze the filter to get the rest of the coffee out. It just makes me nervous because I'm afraid I'm gonna drop it back in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to squeeze again, and it comes right off. And I'm gonna let this sit in my sink to finish draining. Okay, so that's about how much it made. You can store this in your fridge for 1 to 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and stir it up. Just And then you can just put the lid back on. So just push and twist, and that'll be your lid. It also has this side to where you can twist to close it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on this side because I want a cup of cold brew. All right, so I've got my cup and I put some ice in there just to help it water down a little bit because this is a lot stronger than regular coffee. So just keep in mind, maybe if this is your first time trying it, drink a little bit, or you might want to dilute it or just not let it steep as long in the fridge. But it's a lot less acidic because of the way that it was brewed. So let's go ahead and pour it in. And I think I told y'all and I think that was a previous video, I told y'all that I like mine black, but if you want to put creamer in here, go right ahead. I wouldn't do sugar because sugar only dissolves in hot water and this is cold, so I don't think that that would turn out too good. But if you put the creamer in there, it kind of just takes away the taste. It's not as bitter as regular brewed coffee, so all you need is creamer to sweeten it up. You don't need any sugar. Oh, it's so good. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you get a chance to make your own. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description box for this picture right here. But like I said, it's pretty universal, so you don't have to get this exact one. You can make it like I showed you with any pitcher. Just remember, this is gonna take patience because it is pretty much a day's process, 24 hours. Anywhere from 12 to 24 hours, you wanna let it sit, 12 hours minimum, 24 hours maximum for sure. One time I made some and forgot about it in the fridge, and it was like 3 days later that I pulled it out and drained it, and I ended up seriously diluting it every time that I made a cup. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope that you get a chance to try it and that you got some cleaning motivation, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Have a blessed day.